Good evening, folks. Here we are. It is Tuesday, May 18th, 2021, and it is time for the Club Passim virtual open mic. Thank you for hanging out with us here. A few announcements before we start things off. Club Passim, as you may know, is a nonprofit organization. We've been a nonprofit now for 26 years, but the venue has been around in Harvard Square for over 60 years, starting out as the Club 47 back in 1958. As a nonprofit these days, we are a music venue that is presenting shows online. We're doing some live streaming from the club these days as well. More and more, actually. We're going to be in the club Thursday through Sunday this week, and we are getting to that point. You know, we are getting so close to the point where we're going to be able to start selling tickets and having people in the room with us. So keep an eye out on our website. But for now, keep an eye out on our website at passim.org/stream, because that is going to give you our streaming schedule. We are going to continue to do streaming shows and shows live streaming from the club, but keep an eye on the schedule at passim.org/stream, because that's where you're going to find all the newest information. It's also the place where you can make a donation to us. As a nonprofit organization, like I said, we are not just a music venue. We have a school of music. We do outreach programs. Hopefully we'll be getting some outreach programs in over the summertime this year as restrictions start to lighten up a little bit. And we have festivals. We have our Campfire Festival coming up in just a couple of weeks at Memorial Day weekend. We just did our Bluegrass and Old Time Festival last month. We're going to have our summer BCM Fest, our Celtic Festival, in July. So we're excited about the festival season. Who knows, maybe over Labor Day weekend, we'll have our Campfire Festival in the room again. We keep kind of wanting to say September we'll probably be back in the room again. There's a lot of maintenance that we got to do in reopening. There's a lot of staffing we're going to have to do in order to reopen, but we're excited about the prospect of having you in the room once again. We also give grants to artists through our Iguana Music Fund. Every year we give out $40,000 in grants to New England-based artists for their projects through the Iguana Music Fund. And for the past year, we've been running something called the Passim Emergency Artist Relief Fund. Through that, we raised and distributed over $160,000 to go to musicians in need. So it's an incredible thing that we've been able to do this, that we've been able to continue working and presenting music night after night here online during this pandemic. But it's getting closer. It's getting closer, folks. I can feel it. I got my second shot last week, and I could lift a building. I have superhuman strength. I can see through walls now. And I have the ability to time travel as well. So it's amazing what these vaccines can do for you. None of these things are true. But we are thrilled to have you here. If you can take a moment, make a donation at passim.org/stream, but also share this stream. That is how we get eyes and ears on what we're doing. That is the best way to help spread the word about what's going on. We're so happy to be here. We've got our Bob Dylan tribute night coming tomorrow night in celebration of Bob Dylan's 80th birthday. We didn't want to do it on the actual day because everyone's doing a thing on the actual day. So we're like, well, it's the month. That's close enough. We'll do it a week before. We've got our Campfire Festival coming up in just a couple weeks, and we're so excited. We should be announcing that schedule very, very soon. And if you're not doing anything after the show tonight, every Tuesday at 9 p.m. after the open mic, I host a show on WMVY Radio, or mvyradio.org, called the Local Music Cafe, where I play music from around New England. You can find that on the MVY website. You can streaming live at mvyradio.org. And this week is another fun week of cover songs. I picked a bunch of things from the past, well, actually spanning back about 40 years or so. Cover songs, artists from New England covering sometimes other New England artists, sometimes other random artists. There's a lot of fun stuff, including folks like Jennifer Kimball and Edie Carey and Juliana Hatfield and Lemonheads and Frank Black and just Carol Noonan, lots of great folks. So tune in at mvyradio.org for the Local Music Cafe. It rebroadcasts Sundays at 8 p.m., and you can listen online at mvyradio.org. But what do you say we get to an open mic? I think that's a good idea because it's a lot of performers tonight. It's a one-song open mic, which means we've got a lot of performers. There's 20 performers here tonight. The first one is a first-timer here to our open mic. We have Roman Barton Sherman. And now I heard about, 6 seconds of a sound check for Roman, and I went on his website and looked around a little bit, and then heard that little bit of the sound check. And was like, wow, this is really good. And so I went on Bandcamp and I purchased a CD from Roman already. So it works. Like, music discovery works. And so yeah, I hope to see you packaging that in the background during the rest of the performances, so that I can get it as soon as possible. But Roman, where are you tuned in from?
So I'm currently in Tucson, Arizona, but I'm going to be relocating to the Boston area because this fall I'm going to be starting my fall semester between Tufts and the New England Conservatory.
Well, maybe you'll be right near me. Tufts is a stone's throw from my apartment here in Somerville. And we hope that you'll come and visit us at Club Passim, and maybe we'll get you up there on that stage. But this is your first time here. You've got quotes up on your website from folks like Guy Davis, and I was like, all right, well, this is pretty legit, I guess. So take it away, Roman Barton Sherman.
Thank you. Yeah, well, I'm just going to be playing a song from one of my favorite artists, the great Navasota, Texas songster, Mr. Mance Lipscomb. And this is his take on an old vaudeville tune called Shine On Harvest Moon, which a bunch of people have done, but I especially like how he goes about it. So I hope you all enjoy. Night was awful dark and you could hardly see, 'cause that moon refused to shine. Well, a couple underneath the willow tree for love they pined. Well, little Ann was afraid of the dark, so she said, guess I'll go. And the boy looked at the sky, and with a meager cry he told the sky his tale of woe. He said, shine on harvest moon up in the sky. I ain't had no lovin' since April, January, June, July. Snow time, it ain't no time to cut the lovin' spoon. Shine on harvest moon for me and my gal. Shine on harvest moon up in the sky. I ain't had no lovin' since April, January, June, July. Snow time, ain't no time to cut the loving spoon. Shine on harvest moon for me and my gal.
Roman Barton Sherman, two questions. One,
Yes.
are you actually left-handed, or is the camera flipped?
I am actually a lefty, yeah.
Amazing. And two, where the hell did this start for you? This kind of music, like what was your entry point?
So I grew up in a little town in Arizona, a mining town close to the border called Bisbee. And basically, when I was, very, very young, through some universal, great chance thing working out, our neighbor was this guy named Ben Todd, who was super tuned into all of this great country blues and other wonderful early American song forms. So he gave me like a cassette tape of, Mance Lipscomb and Georgia prison labor songs and other great listening material for a 2-year-old. So, yeah, it kind of just went on from there. I got a guitar when I was 6, and I've just been, finding myself deeper and deeper in it ever since.
Love it. Love it. Well, thank you so much for finding us. Looking forward to meeting you in person when you're out here.
Same. Yeah. Thanks again.
You bet. All right. Take care. Take care. Roman Barton Sherman. That was fantastic. What a way to start the open mic. And coming up now, we've got someone who was a first timer here last month. So now a veteran, truly a veteran, someone who's been around the open mics for a month. We have Emily Halpern. Emily, you are muted right now. Oh, so you're showing that you're still green, little green.
That was like a two-time veteran mistake. I
think. You get one more of those, yeah. and then there's no excuse anymore. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good. Well, we're excited to have you back again. What have you got for us this evening?
I have an original, and it's a song I wrote called "Enough Is Enough." Thanks for having me back. I'm excited.
You bet. Take it away.
With your goofy little smile and that sparkle in your eye. But I realize as I think about you standing there so tall, his first impressions don't mean anything at all. 'Cause you fooled me once, that's on you, 'cause how could I have seen? But the second, third, and fourth time, well, those three were on me. But I won't be fooled again, 'cause I see you now, my friend. Back then I didn't have a real good reason not to trust, till you gave me one, and thank you very much. You fooled me once, that's on you, 'cause how could I have seen? The second, third, and fourth time, well, those three were on me. But I won't be fooled again, 'cause I see you now, my friend, and at last I know enough is enough. It's been a waste of time. I'm done with all your lying, and I'm taking back what's mine. And I feel alive, 'cause I spent so long in the dark that now I'm blinking at the light. A road stretches out before me, and my future's looking bright. Naturally you show up to apologize and plead and tell me I'm the only one you'll ever need. But you fooled me once, that's on you, 'cause how could I have seen? The second, third, and fourth time, well, those three were on me. But I won't be fooled again. I see you now, my friend, and at last I know is enough. I know enough is enough.
That's Emily Halpern.
Thank you.
Great song. Thanks for coming and playing for us again.
Thanks, Matt.
See, next time you're gonna come on. You won't be muted. You're just it's all gonna be like
Yes.
totally,
Yeah.
totally fine.
I'll
Totally
figure
normal.
something better out with my headphones. It's all gonna look great.
Well, thank you for playing for us again, Emily.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
You-
All right, now coming up next, we are gonna hear from. Let's see. I believe it is Jess Martin. Is that right?
It is.
It is. There you are. There you
Yeah.
are. It's almost like I have a spreadsheet in front of me that tells me.
Technology.
I've got a whole teleprompter here. It's amazing.
Nice.
It's amazing. No, I just
Abby's got you all set.
Exactly. I need someone back behind me with cue cards. Actually, handwritten cue cards. That's the next level. Somehow that feels more like success than a spreadsheet on a computer. But anyway, how are you, Jess? Good to see you
I'm
again.
Doing good. Yeah.
Good,
And happy to
good.
be here tonight. And so this is my second time as well.
I know
so
it's the second timers club here tonight.
I took the cue and unmuted before I came into the room.
See, you're just like I try to use people as an example, you know,
Right.
just like to help them through the process. And what have you got for us this evening?
Tonight I've got an original song I've written called Nature's Calamity, and sort of in preparation for Pride Month, I guess. It's sort of...
Excellent. Great. All right, we'll take it away, Jess.
All right, thank you. Take away the headphones. Thanks for tuning in tonight. That was the year the river stood still. The preacher said it was God's will. Look at me, she brings this pain. Can't decide if she's a woman or a man. The havoc wrecked upon this land. It's our blood that's on her hands. Being who I am takes God's offense. Then the Lord's justice just don't make sense. 'Cause I'm made in the image He made me to be. Maybe I'm destined to be nature's calamity. That was the season the rain stopped. Preacher raised his hand, said it's her fault. She must repent to save our fields, follow his plan, and our land will heal. Being who I am takes God's offense. Then the Lord's justice just don't make sense. 'Cause I'm made in the image He made me to be. Maybe I'm destined to be nature's calamity. That was the summer the locust came, took every field, ate every grain. Preacher fell on his knees, he made a fuss. She's the plague that threatens us. Last I reckon, for they took my life, killed for being who I was on the outside. A legacy's a memory they can't erase, even as they call me one of God's mistakes. I am the ghost who walks the river shore, hoping the next generation's better than the one before. If being who I am takes God's offense, then the Lord's justice just don't make sense. 'Cause I'm made in the image He made me to be. Maybe I'm destined to be nature's calamity.
You
Live
have an
studio
audience, live studio audience. That's amazing.
Oh, no. I got it too.
That was great, Jess. Great to hear you with a live studio audience there in your place. Thanks for coming back and playing for us again.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, that's Jess Martin, everybody. And so we had 2 second timers in a row there, and now they're being bookended by first timers. Here is another first timer here to our open mic. Here's AJ Kapowski.
Hey, Matt.
Hello.
Unfortunately, on your intro, I'm a second timer as
You're
well.
wow. Oh,
Yep.
wow. All right. So I gotta check my notes. So we've got a string of second timers. This is this may be the longest string of second timers we've had in a row.
And 2 unmuted in a row.
See, it's like that first person there is a learning tool,
Right.
and then we all move on from there. And then the next time that person will be unmuted, and someone else will make that mistake. And so
Exactly.
it all works out. It all works out. So AJ, what have you got for us this evening?
Well, tonight is my anniversary, so I decided in honor of that I would sing a love song. And this is a song I wrote probably a year and a half ago.
Excellent. Take it away.
Okay. The dawn is breaking, painting shadows on your wall. I watch you sleeping as the sunbeams crawl. They're holding you ahead of the alarm. I could spend forever with you in my arms. We both have traveled a long way to get here, known good times and bad, happiness and tears. There've been some miles and people come before. A broken path brought me to your door. I wasn't your first kiss, I wasn't your first fling, I wasn't your first love, you wore another's ring. But I don't care about those firsts that I'm following, 'cause all I want is to be your last of everything. Life is funny, it takes you down a twisted road, and all the maps and plans won't show you where it goes. But every now and then it gives you what you need, a brand new dawn, and you lying here with me. I wasn't your first kiss, I wasn't your first fling, I wasn't your first love, you wore another's ring. But I don't care about those firsts that I'm following, 'cause all I want is to be your last of everything. You start to stir and then you turn to me, a gentle smile and I'm right where your first kiss. I wasn't your first fling. I wasn't your first love. You wore another's ring. But I don't care about those firsts that I'm following. 'Cause all I want is to be your last of everything. All I want is to be your last of everything.
AJ Kapowski, happy anniversary.
Thank you.
That's great. That's great. What a great song as part of your anniversary. And now get offline and do something nice together.
Watch the rest of the open mic.
Exactly. There you go. There you go. Great to see you, AJ. Thanks
All right,
for playing
thank you.
again.
All right.
You bet. All right. Now we've got a first timer. I'm pretty sure that I've got it right this time. Philip Spice. Is it Spies or Spice?
It's actually Spies.
Spice.
Yeah,
Damn.
it's German, but
Damn it, I got it all wrong. But you're not just
I
the
am.
first time here, but
Yeah.
you're our first banjo of the night.
I am. Also, I'm one of your students at Berkeley. I'm taking your class this semester.
Oh,
which
gosh!
I forgot about this.
That's amazing. When I'm just like, oh, wait a second. Yeah, it all
So,
comes together. When the
yeah.
worlds come crashing together here
Yeah,
on the internet.
Yeah. Well, hi. Sorry, I haven't shown up to any of the virtual classes, but
It's
it's a crazy world right now. So.
It certainly is, and they're not all at the same time, and so we do
Yeah.
what we can.
Yeah,
But I'm happy to have you here, Philip. Take it away.
I'm happy to be here. This is a song I wrote called "Yet in These Days." Alone he lays, a card beside the table, a machine to his heart. It beats along with a tube slid down his throat for ventilation, isolation, an answer never found. Yet in these days, wing and me together. Yet in these days, set the saber down. Yet in these days, bring love and compassion and close the distance that's in our world. Pressed face down, his hands cuffed behind him, with 3 knees, one upon his neck. His dying cries are, "Help me, I can't breathe." The same cry heard many times before. Yet in these days, wing and me together. Yet in these days, set the saber down. Yet in these days, bring love and compassion and close the distance that's in our world. Down by the bridge, you can hear a banjo, away from all of the corporate dreams. And he's returned to fight for the weary. Old Tom Joad has heard America's screams. Yet in these days, wing and me together. Yet in these days, set the saber down. Yet in these days, bring love and compassion and close the distance that's in our world. Yet in these days, wing and me together. Yet in these days, set the saber down. Yet in these days, bring love and compassion close the distance that's in our world. Thank you all.
Philip, that was fantastic. Great stuff. Great
Thank you.
stuff. Yeah, thank you for coming and playing and finding me in multiple platforms. That's incredible. It's incredible. Well, it's great to have you playing music here at our open mic, and hope to see you again soon on other platforms as well.
Definitely. And I'll see you in class.
All right, take care.
Bye.
That's Philip Spies, a student in my my venue management course at Berkeley Online. Things are coming together all over the place. I've got a student from class while I'm hosting the open mic, and afterwards I am hosting a radio show. It's like this is the busiest night of my life right now. So much great music happening already, and so much great music still to come. Now, coming up, we have Maggie Woods.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Welcome to our open mic. Where are you coming to us from?
I'm from Natick, Massachusetts.
Excellent, excellent. So not too far away, not too far away. And you have a green screen, but nothing projected to it.
Yes, it's just my background.
It's very minimalist. I like that. It's just utilizing green cloth as a backdrop instead of getting pretentious and putting like a sunset behind you or something like that. I like it.
Totally.
Well done. Well done. Well, Maggie, what have you got for us tonight?
I'll be singing my original song called If You Stay.
Great. Take it away.
Thank you. On the outside looking in, the walls are paper thin. Somewhere in the crowd, the noise can get too loud. People change and they go. Blame it on time and we'll call it growth. I don't need you to build me a home. I don't need you to make me feel whole. I'll be fine if I was on my own, but I wouldn't mind if you stayed. Wouldn't mind if you stayed. You say you like the way I talk. I've only ever been asked to stop. You ask for stories, you know all the songs I've sung. A missing puzzle piece was stuck under the rug. You pointed at the stars sweetly. Never got bored laying on that grass weekly. So I don't mind if you build me a home, but I don't need you to make me feel whole. I'd be fine if I was on my own, but I wouldn't mind if you stayed. Wouldn't mind if you stayed. I've only ever been told I'm too much. When I'm with you, I'm just enough. So I don't mind if you build me a home, but I don't need you to make me feel whole. I'd be fine if I end up alone, but I wouldn't mind if you stayed. Wouldn't mind if you stayed. Wouldn't mind if you stayed. I'd like you to stay. Thank you.
It's Maggie Woods. Great to have you here at the open mic. That was great.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for playing for us. That's Maggie Woods from Natick, Massachusetts. And now we are going to head to someone who played last month as well. We have Mark Ellistown. Mark,
Matt, how are you?
you sent me a loaf of bread.
I did send you a loaf. Why did I send you a loaf of bread? In case they weren't there on that open mic, it's because of the sign behind me, right?
Behind you know, it's funny because
Which I didn't steal.
No, I appreciate it, and it was so funny because I am not at the office every day, and I got a message from someone who was at the office saying there's a package here for you. I'm like, why am I getting a package at the office these days? And I got there, and I didn't, immediately recognize the name on the package, and I opened up the package, and I was like, this is somewhat frightening, actually. I don't know why there's a loaf of bread in a box.
How did you connect? When did you connect?
Well,
Took a second.
Abby and I, it took him, yeah, Abby and I were talking about, and there was a note, so, I figured it out, but it was like I didn't think about, why, there's a lovely donation and a
Happy
loaf
to
of
support.
bread, and then I was just like, then I was like, he had the sign, the guy with the sign, of course.
It was one of those moments when the post office truck drove off. I was like, wait, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have sent a loaf of bread. Especially not using media rate. That was wrong.
It's gone now, and I can't take it back.
It was it's like hitting email sent.
Amazing. Well, thank you for the donation and the bread.
Happy, Passim does such great work, so happy to support.
And we're hungry. We're hungry.
I hope you didn't eat it. It had to have been in the mail at least a week
at the club. It's at the club right now. It's it's there for emergencies.
I'll come get it in the future.
We could we could use it as a doorstop or something like that.
Yeah, eventually, pretty soon.
Although I don't know, Sunday bread, but it might be one of those breads that has a half-life.
Hey, I'm going to play a song about the Chattahoochee River, where I grew up in Georgia. How does that sound?
That sounds great. Take it away, Mark.
I'm going to do it. It's actually, the Chattahoochee runs from the northernmost part of Georgia, foothills of the Appalachian Trail, all the way down to the southern end. And I spent my childhood and my early adult years there. And this song is called Creek Princess. High above on painted rock, we jumped to the water down below. We wrapped our arms around burning love, couldn't even feel the cold. Running free like Creek Princess, beauty so young and bold. You weren't shy with your warm caress, we sure let that river flow. Running free through the Chattahoochee, running wild like children can. Running free like the Chattahoochee, through my childhood it ran. million years, more or less, still that water, it does flow. You and me and all that bliss washed away like sand, you know. Went back there just last year, wasn't really planned. The banks still hold tight, though they had a fight, 'cause they just let out the dam. I could barely see, though the fog was light. Gaze across the river wide. A boy was throwing a fishing line. I just stood on that muddy bank and cried. Running free through the Chattahoochee, running wild like children can. Running free like Chattahoochee, through my childhood it ran. Won't forget the way you looked like a Creek princess. Years gone by like yesterday, still feel that warm caress. She emerged from the water's edge, walked up on firm sand. She said, let us be like Chattahoochee, live like children while we can. Let us be like Chattahoochee, running wild like children can. Running free like Chattahoochee, through my childhood it ran.
Mark Ellison, sounded great. Great to have you back again.
Thank you, really enjoyed it, and don't eat the bread.
Fair enough. Fair enough. We'll save it, but we just won't eat it. Thanks again, Mark. All right, coming up, another one of our regulars, both on screen and in the club, and hoping that we can get him back in the room again, on stage and off. A great supporter of music and a great writer of music. We've got Dan Tappan here.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, Dan, welcome back. Good to see you. What have you got for us this evening?
Well, I have a song I wrote about a year ago. Just about a year ago. Didn't write anything for the first few months of the pandemic, but then somebody challenged me to write to the theme, Nothing Lasts Forever. And this is the song that came out.
A good theme. All right, take it away.
I spoke to the seal on her rock by the shore, posing a question I pondered for hours. When is the ending, and how will we know what will come after? Where will we go? But she sang to the stars that danced in the lee. Nothing endures but the sea. She sang to the stars that danced in the lee. Nothing endures but the sea. I called to the eagle, perched on her eyrie, asked her advice, told her my way. Fear and misgiving, demons and doubts. What are we doing? What's it about? Her only reply was a harsh, shrieking cry. Nothing endures but the sky. Her only reply was a harsh, shrieking cry. Nothing endures but the sky. So I sought the witch at the edge of the wood, hoping for omens of where matters stood, feeling forsaken betwixt and between, lost and alone in a broken machine. The solace she gave was a balm from above. Nothing endures but love. The solace she gave was a balm from above. Nothing endures but love.
Dan Tappan, beautiful song.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming and playing again. Good to
for
see
having
you. That's Dan Tappan. Everyone visit dantappanmusic.com. And coming up now, we are going to hear from Ethan Coltrane. Hello,
Oh,
Ethan. Oh,
hello.
it's you.
I guess.
Well, we are happy to have you here. Where are you coming to us from?
Greensboro, North.
Excellent, excellent. How did you find out about us?
I can't remember.
That's all right. I can't remember a lot of things either. But we're happy that you found us and that you are here right now. And we're happy that you're going to play a song for us. Take it away, Ethan
I
Coltrane.
I hope so. Okay. I feel bad because oh, yeah, here we go. I feel bad because everyone else's songs are about like deep topics like life and their gender, and this song's about some killer in Texarkana. All the sides. I'm gonna be alright. Let's go. On the show. I want to show you all the sides I wanna know you, that you're alright. I want to see That's it. That's the song.
That's Ethan Coltrane.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how he got here, but he made it. and we're happy to have you. Thanks for coming and
Thank
playing
you.
for us, Ethan.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Ethan Coltrane, everybody. All right, coming up now, more first-timers. We're going to hear from Shotgun Botch. Hey, how are you?
Matt? I'm
Good to
doing
see
great.
you.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. First time.
You are the best dressed for the open mic. And we're happy to have a little formality here at the open mic.
Someone's got to class things up a little bit.
It doesn't take much, but we appreciate the effort. Well, where are you coming to us from?
I'm in Somerville, Massachusetts myself.
Hello, neighbor.
I know. I'm surprised I haven't run you down the street. I'm sure I will now after this.
I mean, we may have. We
Yeah,
just
that's true.
didn't know it at the time. Just probably walked by each other a dozen times before with no clue at all. Well, what have you got for us?
There's no strangers. There's only future friends. You know.
So touching, so touching. Or people that you will go out of your, that you don't know that you're going out of your way to ignore yet.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
the other side of it.
I live right on the bike path, so there's some crazy.
Oh,
But,
as
you
do
know,
I. As do Art. Do you
I'm
live
just gonna run down the
upstairs?
street and start screaming Matt. Until
I wonder if you screamed out the window, if we'd be able to hear it in your microphone.
that you know who would definitely hear it is my downstairs neighbor. So.
Well, we're happy to have you here. Take it away, Shotgun Botch.
All right. This is an original from our band, Your Friends in Hell. Once we can do shows again, I'd love to see you, Adam. It's called Reptilian. Think I didn't used to have to worry, like the truth was here always so blurry. Make a friend you'd like to spend some time with, not hard to tell what's real from what is the myth. And now I see the secrets in the shadows, the men in black have finally been exposed. Don't have to read it off a microfilm, parallel broadcast from another realm. And no need to wage your own cyber attack to learn that sometimes people just don't have your back. Friends that you once trusted for their support have more secrets than the Denver airport. Look into the eyes of the reptilian. You say I want the truth, but are you willing to see a friendly face upon a villain? Look into the eyes of the reptilian. Say I want the truth, but are you willing to see a friendly face upon a villain? Never thought you could be so damn cruel and mean, colder than an Antarctic Nazi submarine. Turns out all your love and understanding was faker than the Apollo lunar landing. Feel so stupid now that the truth is plain to see. Likely Oswald, I feel just like a patsy. Being alone, wolf might be as easy, but without friends it isn't a conspiracy. And people just weren't meant to do it all alone. And I'm not talking about the army secret clones. Need friends to fight through the disorder. I think it's time we start a new world order. Look into the eyes of the reptilian. You say I want the truth, but are you willing to see a friendly face upon a villain? Look into the eyes of the reptilian. You say I want the truth, but are you willing to see a friendly face upon a villain? you, everybody.
The band is Your Friends in Hell, and looking forward to hearing more from Your Friends in Hell, Shotgun Botch. That was great. Loved
Thank
it.
you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming and playing for us. All right, we've got lots of great music still to come. Do make sure you make a donation if you can at passim.org/stream. Your $10 donation helps us tremendously towards the reopening process, which I can say feels like a process now. It doesn't feel like well, who knows? We might. No, it feels like we're actually getting there. So we're excited for that, but your donations are going to help us. We're going to do our big spring fundraising campaign starting next weekend for the Campfire Festival, and we need your help. So please make a donation if you can. Lots of great music still to come. We have another second timer here at the open mic. We have New Middle Class.
Hi.
Welcome back, folks. How are you?
We're
Great.
good. Yeah.
Your backdrop is so stark. like compared is it a
we couldn't
green
find a-
screen
we couldn't
that
find
you
a
made
green
black? So
This is how our whole house is like this.
you just walk around with this behind you all over the place. Like I
Yes.
never want anyone to see where we are.
And usually wear sunglasses.
And all black. Yeah, it's just you're just floating heads.
Very goth.
Well, what have you got for us this evening?
Well, some good news that our new CD, our new album, we call it, is being released on Friday. It's called House of Love, and we're very excited about that. And also that we have a new website, which actually looks great on a cell phone now. What a concept!
Because you couldn't see it before.
on the cell phone. And one of the things I like about this new website is that we really go more into like our musical history together, which is very long and extensive. So anyway,
So you have homework to
yeah, to check it out, newmiddleclass.com. And Michael, introduce our song that we're going to do tonight.
Well, I don't know if you can tell, but we came of age sometime in the middle of the previous century. And, there were some things that were pretty scary then. We felt that, for example, nuclear missiles could rain down on us from the sky at any time. And in school, we used to have to take what they called take shelter drills. We used to climb underneath our desks just in case those nuclear missiles fell on us.
That would protect us. Okay.
Anyway, when we started a family much later, we were thinking about how nowadays there are things that are maybe even scarier than
And nuclear war.
or whatever. So I wrote this lullaby. But I'm going to take off my headphones.
Thank you. I was a troubled child in a strange and troubled world where we watched for guided missiles from the heavens. But now I'm grown and the world has changed. The bombs are everywhere, guided by vengeance and a prayer. Sleep now, my little baby. I'll rock your cradle, and maybe things will be better someday if they don't get worse. I watched a troubled world on a black and white TV when they shot them down in Dallas and in Memphis. But now I'm grown and the world has changed. the gunmen live next door, and cameras watch convenience stores. Sleep now, my little baby, I'll rock your cradle, and maybe things will be better someday if they don't get worse. I watched my heroes leave their footprints on the moon, but they wandered off the path that leads to heaven. And I sometimes feel I'm far from home in a world that's cold and wild, lost like some milk container child. Sweet dreams, my darling Rachel, I'll tuck you in, and maybe things will be better someday if they don't get worse. Hush now, my sweet Amanda, I'll kiss your hair, and maybe things will be better someday.
That's New Middle Class. The brand new record comes out this Friday, so keep an eye out at newmiddleclass.com. It was funny when you were saying how, like, you know, like, oh, you may see, like, you know, we come from back in the middle of the last century, and I'm like, and yet you have William Howard Taft merch on. I'm like, I've never seen a Taft hat. I'm like, what is the Taft that hat is from?
Well, I actually wore this as part of the theme because Taft was my high school. So
Oh, all right. So
Here we
so
go.
actually, probably William Howard Taft, actually, but
That's actually it.
it wasn't.
William
It wasn't
Howard Taft
from
High School.
It wasn't from when he toured or something like that. You know, it's like a good, nice,
century.
hot William Howard Taft merch items. You know, it's like it was back when he dropped his first wax cylinder. You got a hat. You got a hat on that tour. Well, excited for the new record. Thanks for coming and playing for us.
Oh, thank you so much.
Absolutely. That's New Middle Class, everyone. And now we're back to another first timer, I believe. We've got Hallie Elwell here.
Hello.
Hey, how are you, Hallie?
I'm doing well, thanks. And you pronounced my name correctly. Thank you for that.
I'm glad, because it's not always the case. You know, I figured sometimes it makes sense, more sense than others, and other times I'm just like, I'm not sure what country that's from, and I'm not sure what the pronunciation should be. But we're happy to have you here. Where are you coming to us from?
Thank you. I'm from Augusta, Maine.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not too far.
Not too far.
And what brought you to us? How did you find out about Club Passim?
Well, I lived in Boston for pretty much prior to the pandemic.
When everybody got the hell out of Dodge. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah,
I get that.
I've been bopping around a little bit since the pandemic began, and but yeah, and I've always meant to come to the open mic, and so I'm really glad that you moved online and I
now
have this
you're here.
opportunity.
Absolutely. Well, take it away, Hallie.
Well, before
Okay.
you get started, actually, I'm just getting you in one half of my headphones. So I believe you might have the stereo option on.
Oh.
And sometimes StreamYard doesn't like that. So if you can try turning the stereo option off.
This is a tech support interlude.
Yes. Sorry about that. I think I just fixed it. Thank you, Abby.
I'm still only getting
No.
you
So, yeah, I'm just getting
in
it on
one
my
side.
left side.
Well, I have one side that sounds great, so we're going to
Okay.
go with that.
Okay.
And now, from the left side of your brain, please welcome Hallie Elbel.
Here we go. Okay, I also have a release coming out at the end of the month, an EP, and I just put a single out called The Last of What I Know. So that's what I'm sharing this evening. Well, I know that I've been loved, and I know that I've been cheated. I've been the martyr, and I've been the thief. Well, did the Spirit move me, or was my time completed? All I know is time to pack it up and leave. So I hopped on a train, gonna take this part slowly. There goes the last of what I know, sweeping by this dusty window. Every mile that I go, I surrender, I surrender, I surrender. The last of what I know. Well, I felt I knew too much, and it troubled me. I knew the edge of the story and the bottom of the dream. I knew all the reasons why I shouldn't leave. Yeah, I know I called it home, but my heart never agreed. So I hopped on a train, gonna take this part slowly. Slowly, there goes the last of what I know, sweeping by this dusty window. Every mile that I go, I surrender, I surrender, I surrender. The last of what I know. There goes the last of what I know, sweeping by this dusty window. Every mile that I go, I surrender, I surrender, I surrender. The last of what I know, the last of what I know, the last of what I know.
Hallie, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
Hallie Elbel, great to have you here at our
Yeah,
open
thanks
mic.
for having
Thanks for finding us virtually.
Thank you.
Great, absolutely.
Well,
and we figured out what was going on with the audio. Your
Oh.
vocals are on one side and the piano's on the other side. So
Yeah.
it's
It's
hard
my
panned.
interface.
But that's
Okay.
that. But so everything's fine. We
It
heard
worked out?
everything.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank
right.
you very
Well,
much.
Absolutely. Great to have you here. All right, we've got a handful of folks left. Remember, you can tune in at 9 p.m. to the Live Music Cafe, to the local music cafe on MVY Radio, a radio show that I host every week on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. It rebroadcasts Sundays at 8 p.m. and you can find it online at mvyradio.org, and you can find it. It will be live streaming on the website at 9 p.m. tonight, but it also gets archived there. So if you don't get a chance to listen tonight, you can listen to it at other other times as well. Coming up next, we are going to hear from Michael Berman. Michael, how are you? Welcome back.
Hey, Matt, good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
It was a memorable night when I was here last time. It was election night.
Oh.
And we all figured after that everything would get perfect, right?
I mean, you know.
It's better.
Yeah, but it's like baby steps. Baby steps. All right, Michael, what have you got for us?
I'm going to sing you a song I actually wrote about a month after I was in that performance, right about the end of the year. And I just released it under my band name, Tanager Way, and you can find that online, and you can find it in Bandcamp. And I can get $1 if you buy it on Bandcamp, or 84 cents, and I can get, if 10 of you all go listen right after this on a streaming platform, I'll get a penny. So I'm looking forward to that. Pleasure to be here, and hope you appreciate the song. It's safer at home, that's what they say, waiting for the storm to pass. But I miss you so badly, it's hard to face the day when each one looks no different from the last. How I long once more to hear your footsteps on my floor, to feel you sitting by my side. But if I can't sing my song in the same room as you, I'll do what I need to survive. I am singing to you through this pane of glass, and I'm wondering, can you hear me clearly? It's hard to see you smile when you're wearing a mask, but I'm hoping that you still love me dearly. There's nothing new to say about being alone. So many things keep us from one another. But there's something so tragic about these times that separate a son from his mother. And of all the ways to hurt someone, the cruelest by far is with a song. When love and death are both carried in the air, being together would be wrong. So I am singing to you through this pane of glass, and I'm wondering, can you hear me clearly? It's hard to see you smile when you're wearing a mask, but I'm hoping that you still love me dearly. And it's well, I believe that the time will come again. We'll walk through that glass by and by, and I'll hug every friend and kiss them on the cheek, feel the tears rolling from my eyes. I am singing to you through this pane of glass, and I'm wondering, can you hear me clearly? It's hard to see you smile when you're wearing a mask, but I'm hoping that you still love me dearly. I am singing to you through this pain.
It's Michael Berman. That sounded beautiful.
Thank you. So nice to be here with you.
Absolutely. No new music coming out, and go to Bandcamp, and I'm sure you can find the link to Bandcamp at tangerwaymusic.com.
Sure can.
All right. Thanks for playing for us.
Thanks. Hope to see you in Boston sometime.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks a lot.
That's Michael Berman, folks. And coming up now, yet another first-timer, I believe. We've got Zoe Levitt.
Hello.
Hey, Zoe. Zoe, while you might be a first-timer here to our open mic, I believe you are no stranger to our School of Music. Is that correct?
Yeah, I just took the songwriting class with Liv Green.
Excellent. Well, she's a real good songwriter.
Yeah,
So,
she is.
we just had her live from Club Passim streaming on Saturday night. And what have you got for us this evening?
I have got a song that is dedicated to the 45th President of the United States for all of his help in us flattening the curve. This is original, and it's called We Flatten the Curve.
All right. Take it away, Zoe Levitt.
All right, I'm going to take off my headphones. We flatten the curve into a vertical line. It is now a straight vertical climb. Even though there's no decline, we flatten the curve, we flatten the curve. Isn't that a good sign? Well, COVID deaths, based on a hunch, the numbers are too hard to crunch. All we know is there's a bunch. We flatten the curve, we flatten the curve. Now let's go to lunch. Well, cases will go up if we continue to test. Ignorance is bliss, our ex-leader professed. We can't admit our country ain't the best. We flatten the curve, we flatten the curve, so why the stress? Well, close your eyes, it might just disappear. No more rules to which we must adhere. Take off your mask, crack open a beer. We flatten the curve, we flatten the curve. Isn't this a great year? Well, FEMA ignored every indicator. Now there's shortage of ventilators. Guess we'll have to use refrigerators. We flatten the curve, we flatten the curve like an elevator. We flatten the curve into a vertical line. Our case rate is now undefined, and there's still no decline. We flatten the curve, we flatten the curve, isn't that a good sign? We flatten the curve, we flatten the curve, isn't that just fine? We flatten the curve, we flatten the curve, isn't that divine?
Well, that was fantastic. Thank you, Zoe. That was really, really great. So appreciate you having here at the open mic.
Thanks so much.
All right. Hope to see you again soon.
Sounds good.
That's Zoe Levitt, everybody. Another first timer here to the open mic. And now we're going to bring up Nick Antonelli. Hello, Nick. Welcome
Matt,
back.
How are you now?
Good. Now I'm all right.
Me
now
too.
I'm all right. I'm doing all right now. I'm glad to hear you're doing all right as well. What have you got for us this evening?
I got an original, yeah, it's called Home Sweet Home. It'll be on the EP that I'm actually working on right now. So it's called Home Sweet Home. Pavement crunched under some reluctant tires, pulled slowly up into the drive. A rental van rear view reflected your face, uneager to arrive. You'd hung up your old ways, a suit on a nail, all rumpled, tattered and worn. Stumbling on back to your childhood home, that suit don't fit anymore. No, not anymore. Oh, sweet home. Oh, home sweet home. sweet home. Home, sweet home. Now wind chimes hang silent in the windowsill as your palms start to shiver and sweat. Catching ghosts peeking out of cupboards and drawers, they're breathing down your neck. Oh, they whisper. Home, sweet home. Home, home, sweet home. Home, sweet home. Home, sweet home. Home, sweet home. Home, home, sweet home. Home, sweet home. Home, sweet home.
Nick Antonelli, that sounded beautiful.
Thanks, Cami. Thanks
Great
for having
song.
me again.
Absolutely. Glad to have you back again. That's Nick Antonelli, everyone. Go to nickantonellimusic.com to find more. Great stuff. All right. We have another first timer here coming up to our stage. Here is Danielle Pinels. Hello, Danielle. Thank you for the pronunciation tip before we got going. You are muted right now, so you will need to unmute yourself.
Thank you.
It's all right. It's your first time. That happens. It happens.
Thanks. Thanks for saying my last name and asking for my last name's pronunciation.
Absolutely. And it seems like you might also have the same situation where I'm hoping that whatever instrument you're using is hard panned from your vocal. Why don't you play for a second just to make sure?
I think it is.
Yes, you are fine. It's totally fine.
Perfect. Awesome.
So where are you coming from?
I'm in Framingham, Massachusetts.
Excellent. Excellent. Not too far away. Well, we're happy to have you here at our virtual open mic. Take it away, Danielle.
Thank you so much. I'm Danielle. I'm going to be singing an original, and I have a new EP coming out at the end of June called Little Stars. So if you want, you can follow me at daniellepinels.com, or you can just go to my Instagram, which is also Danielle Pinels. But yeah, here we go. It takes a match to light a fire. It takes some more wood to make more flame. It takes people to protect it from burning out again. It makes comfort, it makes warmth, but it needs work to keep up. How do you remove yourself from the matches that you struck? I will light my own way, be my own warmth in the cold. I will fly through the fray, I will be bright and bold. It's just like they all say, And I finally learned that if you play with fire, then you just might get burned. It takes a match to light a fire, but the clouds will start to form. And although you lit the match, you became the storm. But you cannot contain me, no, you can't hold me in, 'cause the life I'm bound to start is ready to begin. I will light my own way, be my own warmth in the cold. I will fly through the fray, I will be bright and bold. It's just like they all say. And I finally learned that if you play with fire, then you just might get burned. And this is how it feels to be the fire that you set. I went on as long as I could, but you haven't come back yet. And now I've had to maintain, and now I've had to learn that you'll keep setting fires so you can watch me burn. I will light my own way, be my own warmth in the cold. I will fly through the fray, I will be bright and bold. It's just like they all say. And I finally learned that if you play with fire, and you just might get burned. Thanks.
Danielle Pinels, that was beautiful.
Thank you so much. Thanks
Absolutely.
For having me.
We're so glad that you came here to our open mic.
Thanks. Have a great night.
You too. You too. Everyone go to DaniellePinels.com for information about Danielle and how to find music.
Thanks.
All right. We've got a few final performers here. Coming up now, we've got Julianne Ott. Hello, Julianne.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
We're pretty good. You know, just running around trying to get ready for this and some other musical stuff.
We're getting close. We're getting close to that point where people are going to start having live music in person.
And it's great. It's a little
Feels good.
stressful. It's a little stressful.
Sure,
but,
it's got a whole different level of stress, but it
Right.
feels good. We're getting there.
Yes.
Well, take it away, Julianne.
Okay. This is my. Whoops. This is my my duo partner and friend Rob Lincoln from New Jersey. We've been playing together for a couple years, and so I'm going to do a song. It's about my grandma. I grew up in upstate New York part of my life, and so this is about her and there. So it's called Train Lullaby.
traveling to dreamland to that freight train lullaby. Where is it going in the darkness of the night? Now I close my eyes under cold black skies, rocking side to side. Dream of hopping boxcars, laying in a bale of hay, waiting on a daybreak dawning. And I still remember that lonesome whistle cry. Traveling to dreamland to that freight train lullaby. Where is it going in the darkness of the night? In the winter morning light, she waits on platform 9, Southern Tier, New York line. Then the factory whistle blows. Back on the train she goes, rolling through the drifting snow. Mighty Ian, I was coming down the aisle. My grandma smiled. I ran to greet her one last time. And I still remember that lonesome whistle cry. Traveling off to dreamland, can still hear the lullaby. Where was it going in the darkness of the night? The darkness of the night. Darkness of the night. So we're called Railroad Wings, and thanks for listening.
It's Railroad Wings. Julianne, thank you so much. That sounded great. You really sounded fantastic together.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming and playing for us again. That's Railroad Wings, everybody. Great stuff.
Thank you.
All right. Coming up now, someone that was a surprise artist for us a little bit ago that we did not know, local that we did not know, and that we were like, who is this guy? This is fantastic stuff. It's Colin McGovern. Colin, welcome back to Club Passim. How are you?
How you doing, Matt?
Doing well, doing well. So we're happy to have you back again. You've got new music coming out, correctly? Is that a...
This is a new song that you haven't heard.
All right. But weren't you in the process of recording a record, or
not that I know of? No.
Not that. Well. Maybe that was just me being hopeful. That was just me being hopeful.
It's very sweetly optimistic.
So, well, Colin, we're glad to have you back here again, and take it away.
Cool. I will. Thanks, Matt. Stepping out into a restless time with a worried mind from the past that we once served. But the death of past to simple times locks us in the grind for the futures we deserve. Yes, I can feel the changes, and the world moves on. Now I can see that I have changed. Staring down the open well of time, searching for the rhymes and the reasons nothing lasts. Still we all just cling to the divine, rather than the ties that would bind us to our past. Oh, and I can feel the changes filling up the room, just locked up in the stages of a spinning moon, coming home to an empty house with the kids all gone. Yes, I can feel the changes, and the world moves on. Now I can see that I have changed. Oh, but I know by now that it's all the same. Now I can see the world has changed. And if I close my eyes, would it seem the same? Or were we born at the right time? Yeah, were we born at the right time? Oh, 'cause I can feel the changes. Where are my headphones?
That's that's Colin McGovern. Great stuff.
Thanks, Matt.
Really, really glad to have you back again. I think, like what I'm saying is like I hope you make a record one day.
Is that premonition or something?
That's really what I'm saying. Really
Thanks,
what I'm
Matt.
saying.
Cool.
Absolutely. Colin, great to have you back. All right, we have one final performer tonight for this one song open mic night. We're going to be back again next week for a... Is it 2-song or 1-song? I don't even know at this point. I think it's a 2-song. No, it's a 1-song open mic. Is that right? Abby, nod. We don't know. We don't know. But keep an eye out at passim.org/open mic for signups for next month's open mics. They're coming. They're coming. We haven't put them up yet, but they are coming. We're excited to be doing more in the club, but we're still excited to keep this open mic virtual because it has been able to get in people from all over the place. And make sure you make a donation at passim.org/open mic. That helps us out a lot. You can find our full schedule at passim.org/stream. We've got our Bob Dylan tribute night tomorrow, and then we're going to be in the club for like 4 days straight doing live streams from the club. So Thursday... I think we've got Deviant Folk on Thursday and Hawthorne on Friday and Alice Howe on Saturday and Mama's Marmalade on Sunday. That's off the top of my head. We're hoping for the best. Tune in at 9 p.m. at mvyradio.org for my radio show, The Local Music Cafe, where I play songs from all around New England. Tonight is going to be a covers night. People covering other songs, whether it be New England folks covering New England folks or New England folks covering not New England folks. There's Bonnie Raitt, who used to live here, Jonathan Richman, Carol Noonan, Marcarelli, The Fools, a lot of Marcarelli and The Fools both covering Roy Orbison. That's how we're going to close the show tonight. So tune in for a fun night of cover songs on MVY Radio, and check out our final performer of the night. We've got Paul Fernaro closing us off here. Hello, Paul.
Hi there, Matt. Hi, how are you?
Good, good. How are you doing tonight?
Very well, thanks.
And where are you tuning in from?
Coming to you from Braintree, Massachusetts.
Not
down
too
by the
far
Rotary.
away. Not too, down, it's like down by the Rotary. You know, it's like good old school radio ads.
Yeah.
Come visit us by the Rotary. The third patron gets a free soda.
Greatest show on earth, allegedly.
Well, we're happy to have you here, and why don't you take us home?
Okay, this is a little country ditty called Walking Tall. My old lady was cheating on me till one day she cut me free. Living on the lonely side of town, ain't no one can bring me down. What old lady would earn my pay, waiting on a better day. Say there's a lot of fish in the sea, all I need is one for me. Oh, it looked like I had nothing, really I had it all. I knew what I wanted, I was walking tall. Went downtown to the old town, don't see knowing all around. The end of the night was mighty clear, wasn't nobody in the corner there. Oh, it looked like I had nothing, really I had it all. I knew what I wanted, I was walking tall. As soon as I quit with looking for you, that's when my dream came true. Taking it one day at a time, thinking on you makes me kind. All the lonely people here try not to shed a tear. Every kind day there is a seed, growing love that everybody needs. Oh, it looked like I had nothing, really I had it all. I knew what I wanted, I was walking tall.
That's Paul Fernaro, everyone, closing out the evening. Thanks for coming and playing for us.
Thank you, great. Good to be here.
Check out Paul by the Rotary in Braintree, Massachusetts.
There you go.
All right, folks, that is it for the Club Passim virtual open mic this Tuesday, May, was it the 18th? It's the 18th. Keep an eye out for our schedule, where we've got our Bob Dylan tribute tomorrow night. We've got lots of great stuff live streaming from the club over the course of this week. Next weekend, we're going to have our Campfire Festival. Keep an eye out for the School of Music classes and workshops at passim.org/classes, and make a donation if you can at passim.org/open mic. Tune in 10 minutes to mvyradio.org for the local music cafe. Thank you all for being here. We're getting there, folks. I hope you're all getting your vaccines. I'm 2 shots in, 2 shots in most of a week in. Get your vaccines, and we're all going to be able to be safely together once again. Signing off here from the Passim Virtual Open Mic. Thanks to Abby for always being behind the scenes, doing all the real work, while I sit here and yammer on endlessly. We'll see you next week.